welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm actually very excited about this video. It's a kind of a tips and tricks video, and I don't do these very often, but I wanted to share this one with you because it's something I've been making a change in my business, and it's really helping my sales kind of pick up. So I wanted to share it with you. If you guys are new here, my name is Lisa. I am a full-time reseller. I've been reselling full-time since 2018, and I'm also a mother with 4 daughters. And I sell on multiple platforms. So right now I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Depop, Etsy, and also Curtsy. So those are the sites that I am actively selling on at this moment. I've sold on other platforms in the past, but those are the ones I'm focusing on in my business right now. And as all of us do, I have evolved as a reseller over time and learned what things work and what things don't work. And I'm constantly learning. I'm definitely not done learning. I'm still working towards making my business better every day. But one thing that I have really found a significant difference in my business is working on my titles in my listings. So that's what I want to talk about today. So my listing titles, I'm going to put in some screenshot examples, my list of some older listings comparing to some newer listings, because my listing titles used to be very simple. And when I first started reselling full-time, I was only on Poshmark, and Poshmark's algorithm seems to not need as much keywords as other sites, because they pull from the search. When you do a search on Poshmark, it'll pull from your description as well. So you can put keywords in the description, and I used to do that. So in my title, I'll show you one here. So here is an example of how my titles used to look. So I'm sorry, I'm reading off to this side, so sorry if my eyes keep darting away. So this was titled Joie Black Braided Leather Peep Toe Ankle Boots. And it didn't say the word women's or men's or whatever in the title, and it didn't even have a size in the title. And I used very few of my actual, like, you're allowed to use 80 characters. I used very few characters in this particular title. So this is just one example. This one I had a little bit more details. Some of them I had even less. Like I might have on some of them just put like Joie Black Leather Ankle Boots, you know, like it would be pretty minimal. So because once I started listing on other sites and started cross-listing to like eBay and Mercari and some of the other sites that I cross-list to, those titles became a lot more important. And I feel like actually even Poshmark's search algorithm, even though they pull from the descriptions as well, I feel like having better titles that are fuller and using all those characters that are allowed to you to be used is very beneficial. So I definitely have made a lot of changes to my title, and I want to show you guys what my titles look like now, some examples of what they look like now. Since I have started making these titles more full and adding keywords, I've even been going back to some older listings. I haven't gone through all of them, but I've been trying to go through my older listings and making the listings just better, making sure I'm checking prices, making sure I'm checking titles, making sure everything looks good in the listings, and cross-listing to all my platforms. By the way, I do use Vendoo for my cross-listing, and I always have it linked down below. I highly recommend it. It is the best cross-listing service out there, and I have tried other ones. It is hands down the best. They make it so much easier. But since I have started doing all of this, I have noticed my sales are picking up. And also, not just that, but some of my older items that I've gone back and edited and adjusted my titles and prices, they are starting to sell now, because more eyes will get on your product if the algorithms and the search results are pulling up your items. And so you really want to make sure you're maximizing your ability to put keywords into your title that will allow it to be searchable and to be found on all the different sites that you're listing on. And every single site has a different algorithm and a different way of putting together how things show up in their search. But I have found that if you just maximize those titles to the best of your ability, then you're going to get more eyes on it. So let me show you what my titles look like now. Okay, so here is an example of, this is actually an older item that I recently relisted because it got returned. It was purchased on eBay and then returned, and I had to relist it, so I maximized my title. So it is, the title on this is Monique Lullier, I think is how you say it, and that's the brand. So always start with the brand. No matter what, that is the most important keyword. and then black, which is the color of the item. And then I put in a few details. So on this one, I put lace, sleeveless, mermaid dress. And then I put the word formal because it is a formal dress. And then women's, because it's in the women's category on eBay. That's very important to have that in there. Size, which is 0 on this. And then I put in the keyword whimsy goth. So those are all the keywords I used in this particular listing. A lot of times, like this one was a relist, so I had some of those keywords already built in and then just added to it. But a lot of times what I like to do is, let me show you a newer one now. So here's an example now of an item that I actually just recently sourced and listed. So this is put in the way I would build a title fully from a new item. So I start again with the brand. So this pair of mother jeans. So I put mother, Tomcat, which is the style of the jean, and it is on mother jeans. They actually have a tag that tells you the style, so it makes it very easy to find that. So mother, Tomcat, high rise, blue, so color, style, jeans, women's 24. And then I put all the keywords that I can after I put the size. So you want to put like the basic information, brand, color, style, what is it? These are jeans. What size is it? And then load as many keywords as you can at the end. So for me on this item, I put straight leg, cropped, light wash. And I maxed out as many keywords as I can to fill out that title. So that is how I'm building my titles now, and I do find that it's making a very big difference. My items are getting seen more. Like on eBay, you can see how many people are seeing items, how many people are watching items. You can also see that on Depop if you boost your items. If you boost your items on Depop, it'll show you how many people are looking at them. Macari shows you. Poshmark's the only one that doesn't really show you how many people are looking, but they will show you how many people are liking your items. So I'm able to kind of get a gauge for which items are getting more traction. And I do find these items that have the longer titles with more keywords entered and put in a good formula like this are really making a difference. So this is how I would build my title if I were starting a listing from scratch. I always make sure that I put in as many keywords as I can, and it makes a really big difference. Now, I do want to say also for keywords, like with that dress that I was talking about, I used the word whimsy goth. If you guys have not heard of whimsy goth, it is a aesthetic type, which basically is like goth. So think like blacks and darker colors, kind of, typical goth. And then the whimsy goth though is usually a little bit more girly. So it might have like ruffles or frills or lace or things like that make it a little bit more girly. So the combination of the two makes it a whimsy goth item. But there are so many keywords, and there's lots of ways to learn keywords. You can do keyword searches on Google. I've actually even asked like AI before for examples of keywords, but I will tell you AI is not very good at that. So I tried lots of different prompts to see if I could get them to bring up keywords for me, and they're not very good at it, but maybe they're getting better. I also find that Depop is a really great way to learn different aesthetics and cores like cottagecore and fairy core, ballet core. All of those are very trendy right now. And I learned a lot of those from either watching other videos on YouTube or also from Depop, because they have an aesthetic drop-down menu where they ask for like themes for the item, and you can scroll through and look for the one that's appropriate for your item. And a lot of those I have learned from Depop, like Gorp Core. Gorp Core is for like hiking gear, so anything that's like a little bit outdoorsy, I will usually use the keyword Gorp Core somewhere in the listing if I can fit it. So yeah, that's just a good way to learn some new keywords, and definitely put as many of those as you can fit in your title. As long as they're relevant, don't stick in keywords that do not apply. Like if you have a bright bubblegum pink, like pair of denim shorts or something, I would not use the key term whimsy goth, because that has nothing to do with that key term. I might use Barbiecore for that item, but you have to make sure that the terms that you're using do apply. So make sure you're doing your research to see like examples of what the aesthetics and cores look like so that you know that you're using them correctly. But it does make a big difference and it will get you more sales. So I hope this was useful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments below. Let me know, how do you build your listings? Is it similar? Did you find anything useful in this video? And that's it for today. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.